It's the struggle. Ain't nothing out here, don't nothing move, don't nothing shake. It's the struggle. It's everything. Everybody struggling day to day, trying to make it, trying to make something shake. Everybody. The struggle. They struggle, trying to make it from day to day. You know? We call it the hood. This the hood.
I don't know what to do about nothing. The violence, the unfit living conditions, the black mold, the roaches, the coldness. It's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel.
If you ain't strong, this town will make you weak if you ain't strong, because you ain't got no food. We got liquor stores, we ain't got food stores. You ain't got no gas station, you ain't got none of that. You feel me? You ain't got none of that. Then trying to make it out here, boy, it's tough. Day to day. You don't know, today if you gonna wake up and have something to get something to eat. Tomorrow you don't know if you're gonna make something to get something to survive off of. You don't know out here. It's a struggle every day, day to day. Feeling you get, man, you get a different feeling every day. One day you might be happy and be like, oh man, it might look up, something might change. Next day, nah, none of that. None of that. You might think, all right, man, it's the end, I'm ready. Let it all go all in, go do something I ain't got no business doing. That's how it be. It's the struggle.
This is what I do every night. I flick my porch light on. I make sure my door closed, lock it. I lock this one. I put this knife up in the door. Most of the time I probably have 3 knives up in there because this is the weakest door. And this is what I do every night to protect me and my kids. They don't do nothing that they supposed to do to me. And it's horrible living out here and everything. You can't really trust nobody. You can't say, well, neighbor, I'm finna go to this place because you watch my house. Back in the day when I was a kid, you could. You can trust people, but right now you can't.
My kids are not allowed to go outside when the street lights come on. They are to come in. Like sometimes in the daytime, I still don't feel too okay with them being outside of the unit. A lot of gun activity goes on or whatever, you know.
Kid in the city, he can go bowling, he can skate, he can dance, he can join all types of teams, do all that. Cairo kid, you can sell drugs, you can hoop, or be a nobody. That's it.
Thing about it, like when night fall, they they out here, they looking for the paper. They want money, so the next day it'll be okay for them, and some of them willing to do whatever it takes to get the money. I coach basketball with this other guy, Mike Brown. If me and him don't open the gym, it's not nothing for the kids to do. So therefore, it leaves plenty of time for them to get into anything that's possible, that's out here. We catch somebody ain't right, we pull them to the side, help them out. Some of the boys, I let them come in the gym, and when I'm cleaning up at night, like, man, you want to get better? Come over and shoot. Come shoot. A lot of them like, man, I ain't got time. They want to hit the streets, go be with their guys.
Man, living in a house and probably, man, hey, you probably got roaches or mice running around. Either or. It ain't cause you a dirty person, it ain't cause you ain't clean, it ain't cause of that, it's just cause of the condition of what your house in. Ain't none of that. Ain't got nothing to do with that.
Mr. Wong had told me to take my daughter on to the emergency room to see what was going on. They couldn't figure it out. The doctor asked me, well, what kind of your living conditions? I said, well, one of my bathroom have a excruciating mold in it everywhere from top to bottom.
At nighttime, I sprayed around their beds before they went to bed because I was afraid of the roaches that might crawl into their ear or mouth or nose, any of those openings. It's kind of hard for me being that I have to stay in this area with my children. I feel bad, like I cry. I've actually walked to DCFS and asked that Aunt Terry help me because I don't feel like I have adequate income to take care of my children. And before I neglect them, I'll turn them over.
I don't have nowhere to take them or none of that. And, it just puts stresses on me where I ask myself, am I doing what I'm supposed to do?
Being subject to staying out here and under these conditions just puts the icing on top of what I'm already encountering. Like, it's hard for a mother who really, really wants nothing but for her kids to be okay. Like, I don't want nothing more. The rest is irrelevant.
solution at this time to ensure the health and safety of you and your family is to relocate all the residents who live in both Elmwood and McBride. Today, there are 82 family members living in Elmwood Place and 103 families in McBride. We will work with each family to ensure a fair and positive relocation experience. Please remember this important point from today. You are not alone, and we will help you in this process every step of the way.
So we're here today to talk to the folks who reside in 2 complexes here, and we are going to tell them that we have plans to demolish the complexes and to provide them with tenant protection vouchers, which allow them a group of different moving options. 1, they can actually move someplace locally if they'd like. 2, they can move any place nationally if they like. 3, we're also going to look at some other housing alternatives in this local community for them.
Because when you get done, you can go back to a comfortable house. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to go in there. Now, we don't have a meeting. Let's have a real coffee. Let's be real about this.
They tried to tell you this is what's going to happen. But hey, look, we're going to give you vouchers, and the vouchers, you can go get a much better place to stay. It won't be in Cairo. They said that real quick.
You know, you enter a day with your whole heart intact, and then you leave a day with knowing that half of your heart is going to have to leave with this community. It's a bad day. I mean, it's by far the worst day I've ever weathered.
There's things coming in here. I mean, we're reading about it. We're seeing things that are coming. And I'm thinking, why are they coming now after we leave? You know, we're gone, and then we're not going to be able to see our town grow. That part doesn't seem fair. That part does not seem fair.
Despite our current challenge and given our history of being a resilient community, at the end of this challenge, I'm certain that this community will once again triumph victoriously. I'm going to also ask you to join in with me with welcoming the Honorable Dr. Ben Carson.
Obviously, this did not occur overnight. And, I've been very concerned about, some of the assessments, that have been made. As you may or may not know, we've gotten rid of 42 inspectors who were perhaps not living up to appropriate standards, and we're enacting ways to make sure that people are doing things in an appropriate way. And that's part of rooting out some of what's been going on across administrations for decades. We're looking at running things like a business now, and not like a huge government inefficient bureaucracy. We generally do not have right now the ability to simply say, there's a problem, let's put $100 million there, because everything is pre-committed. And as you can see, driving around here, driving around Thebes, there are a lot of issues. Well, I think the thing that I've seen the most is, the confluence of the rivers, the very active, viable rail system, the interstate highway system, all of which make this area, a prime candidate for economic development. That's the new model of HUD. Instead of riding in on the white horse with a bucket of money, working with private partners. Right now, we're in a situation where we have to make the best choice of choices that aren't great. It would not be a great choice to say, just leave people in this very dangerous substandard housing. That's not a viable choice. We don't have the ability, as many people think, to just, create housing, because it's really more about developing people and developing communities than it is about putting people under a roof.
People have lost hope. We're here to bring the mentalities back to there is hope. We will rebuild our community. We're here to bring jobs. We're here for economic development, for personal development, for the community.
This is a faith thing for us. We came in knowing nothing. We just came in with a strong heart and a love for Cairo. And the things that have come to flourish because of our commitment and our obedience is incredible on the things that we foresee happening for the city, just because we got in the trenches and we made sure that we stayed in the trenches.
It's sad. It's really sad. When people come in, they don't see hope. They're coming in from the outside, all they see is dilapidation. All they see is what used to be. They don't see what's yet to come.